Okay, well, we know everybody has a fabric stash, and you can use pretty much any fabrics that you want, whether they're cotton twills, poly twills, felts, anything you want to use, you can actually use to make a patch. But I would suggest that you actually make sure that you back the patch first. Now, there's two products that I would suggest using. One would be a no-show mesh product, which does come in 3 different colors. I'm using black here. It actually has a fusible interfacing on the inside. So one side is fusible, the other's not. Or you could actually use a double-sided fusible, and this is our tacky patch product, and this actually has a double adhesive, so it will stick on the one side and then becomes tacky on the other side when you put it down. And you can put these on either with a household iron or with a heat press, and what it's going to do is it's going to end up giving you a backing that will reduce the fraying. So once it's adhered onto the actual fabric and you cut it, there'll be absolutely no fraying on the edges, and it gives a little bit more stability within your patch as well. So I have my heat press set at 260 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 12 seconds, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Teflon sheet and I'm just going to put it down really quickly over the bottom part of it so that it does not actually stick. And then once my Teflon sheet is down, I'm going to take my material and I will take my no-show fusible, and I'll make sure that I line them up so that the shiny side is to the bottom part of that fabric. And then when I put it on top of each other, I'm going to lay it down just like this, make sure it's on the actual pad, and then I can take another piece of Teflon if I want, and I'm going to make sure that I fuse this, and I will fuse it for the 12 seconds. So I'm going to bring it over, make sure that it's going down, and it's going to fuse that together, and I'll make sure that I set it for the 12 seconds. Once that's done, it will release, and I'll hear it beep. 12 seconds is up. I'm going to bring it back up, and now I can see that I have my stabilizer on the back side of that, and it will give me a much better edge. And I can do that with any of the fabrics that I want. I can also take my tacky patch and do essentially the same thing. With this one, I'm going to take a different piece of fabric, and let's just take this piece here. I'm going to make sure that I put it over top, just like that. And this time I'm going to lay it straight down on top of that sheet. I'll put a piece of the Teflon over top of it. Now I'm just going to make sure that they are lined up. Same thing, make sure that I put that on. Do it for the 12 seconds. And now I have that stabilizer on there as well. And now I can hoop that or cut it however I want, and it's going to actually give me a tacky patch back. Okay, we have our sheet on there, we have our mat loaded, we have it set on cut, and we are going to start the process. Finish cut. And there are 3 pieces that are ready to be cut out and put directly on with the tacky patch back. Okay, so the whole idea is we have run the design with the backing on it. We're going to remove it, and I'm going to cut all of these out individually so that I have the exact shape that I'm looking for, making sure that I cut right on the line, getting it as as close as humanly possible. I'd much rather cut into the stitches than be too far away, because we don't want any fabric hanging on the outside of the narrow simulated edge. So a nice patch. Same thing with this one. Cut very quickly. This one's going to be a rounded corner, so I'm going to cut right on the line, come to the rounded edge, and round into the edge. And for the last one, same deal. This one is completely straight edge, not rounded at all. Nice and clean. Now you can see I have copies of each of them. Keeping in mind that with this I'll need to spray, and with this I'll need to peel off.
For the patch-backed Polytwill, we are simply going to load our Polytwill onto our cutter and press start. Now once completed, we can simply peel away the excess Polytwill.